So today let's talk about using a Google spreadsheet. So to get to your Google spreadsheet, you're going to go into your Google Drive, check up here and make sure that you are logged in with the account that you want to be logged into. Okay, especially if you have more than one Google account. And then you can go right into your Drive, drive.google.com, and click New, and you can create a new Google Sheets. Okay, so if we want to talk about using a spreadsheet to, let's say, track business expenses, just a simple uh, business expenses, maybe an income spreadsheet. Okay, you can document things in a lot of detail or just limited detail. And what I would suggest is documenting in more detail in one place and then sort of condensing it in another for when you get ready to do your taxes. And I'm not really a business person, so don't take my advice to only follow my advice if it helps you. Otherwise, don't use it at all. I don't want to be liable for somebody trying this out and then having the IRS have some problem. But this is just basically to help you keep track of things that you're spending. So let's say you have expenses and let's say you have income. Those are the two key things that you have to look at in business. All right. And then, eventually you get whatever is your bottom line. Is your expenses more or less than your income? Did you make money or did you lose money? So let's see, with your expenses, if you're a new business just starting out, maybe you're not quite sure what your expenses are going to be yet. So you can just kind of make a list of them. So maybe you needed to get some, I don't know, pencils and paper from Staples or something. And let's say that came to $12.95. You should have a receipt or a credit card statement or something to go with that, so that you're able to keep track of it. And maybe you even want a date in here just so that you can remember. So 6/30/15. All right, and then you can always go back and look at that and see. Or maybe you want to put another column. Okay, if you want to insert another column to the left even. And so the date, 6/30/15. What was it? Pencils and paper. Okay, and then it was $12.95. And let's see, also on 6/30/15, maybe you had to make some photocopies. Okay, and that came to, I don't know, $9.85. And then you had to, let's see, I don't know, you needed some other sort of supplies. Now you want to be pretty specific with the supplies that you're talking about for your business, because there are certain supplies you can use toward business expenses and certain supplies that you can't. So you really need to make sure that you're checking all that with your state and federal rules and laws and regulations, just to make sure you have everything accounted for. Maybe you went to the post office, okay, postage, and you had to mail something, maybe it was $6.25. All right, so far that's your expenses for this day, these days. Now you can see there are a few different, categories here. You got postage, you got photocopies, you got supplies. So you might want to classify these expenses differently. You could set up something, maybe photocopies, and then every time you make photocopies, you put the date here, date, and then maybe you want to put your supplies separately, and I don't know, maybe your postage separately if you're mailing stuff a lot. So you'd put, like 6/30/15 for the photocopies that you made, which was $9.85. Whoops, you might record it wrong, so you have to go back and check that. And then your supplies, which were $12.95. and then you got your postage, which was $6.25. Okay, so you got these three categories, and then I don't know, let's say on July 6th you went again to the store or something, and this time let's say you picked up some tape and some paper clips. Okay, so and that came to, I don't know, $7.49. You can see that's kind of going to go into the supply category, so you just would put $7.49 over here. You know, you can keep track of it both ways, whatever works. And 7/7/15, you went to the post office. You know, keep your receipts, keep everything all together. You spent, I don't know, $4.20. Okay, and then so $4.20, and then that was on oh right, it's different days, so $4.20. If it's on the same day, then you can just record it, you know, for the same day, but it might not be the same day, so it's going to be a different day, and that's going to be 7/15, and then you can record this as 7/6/15. All right, and so you know, it's just going to really depend on how you want to track things, how you want to keep track of stuff. Maybe this, you know, maybe you don't spend on postage enough for it to warrant its own column. You might want to have an other column, and that's where you can put all other stuff. But as long as you're recording your expenses in one place, you know, also if you've got like a monthly, I don't know, if you're charging a monthly, you know, fee for some sort of service, I would certainly keep that separate. You know, so maybe monthly fee or something. And then however much maybe you got in, like $895 that month. Okay, you could, you know, record that down. Also, if any, you know, if you get any checks or anything, just kind of keep track of those, because sometimes people who wrote you the checks, maybe they lost it, or maybe they thought they wrote it for a different amount. It's always a good idea to keep a record of that, at least a check number, if you can, and otherwise a picture of it. You can, you know, keep just so you have it for your own records. But you know, like I said, this is just amateur business advice. It's not definitely not meant to be taken and followed like religiously, but if it helps you, then that's great. And again, this is just sort of the basics of sort of setting up a spreadsheet. So I started to talk about income a little bit, and so I had a monthly fee set up. In fact, you know what? I would actually keep. I wouldn't put the monthly fee in over here where I was putting my expenses. And in fact, I might even just move this whole income column over. So I'm going to delete, let's see, I'm going to try to delete this column here because there's actually nothing in it. So let's see, tools, let's see. No, maybe I won't. Oh yeah, there I go. Okay, so the delete function is under edit in Google Sheets, so I want to delete column E because I've got nothing in there. Okay, and then so I can keep my expenses right together. And then over here, I'll go over a little bit. So keep all this as expenses. And one thing that might be helpful to you, that I do sometimes, is I'll put my expenses in red, and then you know, use colors, because that's a really good way to help differentiate. And then for income, so date and then income, I will put that in blue, actually, because I feel like that cancels out the red. So I'm just gonna make some blue cells here, and that'll give me some blue to work with. And so I started to talk about, you know, one of your income might be a monthly fee that you're charging somebody, or it might be that you sold a product, whatever that is. You know, maybe you've got your monthly service, you've got your products, whatever else it might be that's producing income for you. You can have those categories. And then I like to um, keep a keep a row of separation, so it's much easier to understand, and kind of know what you're doing. And then for your date, just put the date down that you got whatever income that you got. And if you have like 100 people paying you, you probably don't want to record it all like here for your general income. I would keep a separate spreadsheet for that. So some of these things may warrant separate spreadsheets, especially if you have a lot of information, more than you would record just a few little entries here, you would probably want to keep it on a separate spreadsheet, or at least in a separate column somewhere else on this spreadsheet. And that'll make it a lot easier to access the information and kind of do what you need to do with it. So anyway, but this is the basics of how you would sort of set up a spreadsheet. For use with a business, or really with anything else. Just kind of think about, okay, do I need to know when it happened? What information am I looking for? And then, and what do I want to do with it? And how much detail do I want to get into? And if you have to have something with a lot more extra detail, you got a lot more extra entries, I would set up a separate spreadsheet for that. And if you keep one column of expenses and then one column of income at the end of the day, so let's just put some income in here. We're going to have $895. Nah, we'll do $8.95. Why not? And then we'll do $4.89. Okay, pretty new business, not making too much yet. $3.25. Okay, and then what you can do is, if you want to just tally it up real quick, you just highlight the column of numbers. All right, leave a space here because this is where it'll tally, and then come over here to this sideways M and click sum. And there's tons of other stuff you can do too with those numbers, but if you just want to add it up at the end of the day, see if you're on top or you're not, and then you click on that, you click on sum, and then you hit the return key, the enter key. That's how much money you spent here for your business or for whatever. And then this, okay, is going to be how much you made. Sum. So you made $17.09. You spent $40.74. You can clearly see that, I'm just going to change it to red, but you're still in the red. So you haven't really made money yet on your business. But that's kind of how the process of setting up and using a spreadsheet works. Okay, I hope this helps. Good luck. Bye.